Did you know Nickelodeon villains have rights? The Constitution says that they do. Listen guys, I've done 5 of these, you should get it by now. I go over every villain in a company and tell you why they're right, but this is all just for fun and not serious. If the people will ignore this warning and claim that I'm glorifying bad people, but who cares, shut up. Nick is interesting. By interesting, I mean boring and lame. Since 80% of their villains are just generic bullies instead of actual real villains. Anyways, here we go.
Babies! They're babies!
Angelica is literally just 3 years old. Children are stupid and selfish, and we know as she gets better with age.
Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger.
Roger, while the bully, would frequently put aside his beef with Doug and help him out when he needs to. And also, he never does anything bad. He just kind of calls Doug a loser then leaves. And he's right.
All Doug murderers deserve death.
Yeah, George is abusive and rude and gross and is responsible for Hindenburg. But you know who else is? Everyone else in this show. Besides Snippy, he's an angel.
Whoa, man! It's Simon!
Now guys, hear me out. I think monsters breaking into the real world and scaring people and stealing things is wrong. I know, I'm brave. I always burn at the stake, like famous burn at the stake people. But it needs to be said.
Dr. Octagonopus!
The green-eyed people really can change the world for the better. Not just because of the treasure they have, but the Corazon can literally just cure people of anything. That's pretty raw. The Somber can do so much good in the world by bringing it over. Now granted, it would doom an entire population, but have you studied history?
For science. You monster.
Scientists number 1 and Pete are just doing science, man. They're trying to solve terrific diseases like sneaky toe. The Einsteins of our time. Also, people won't agree with my truth, but Norbert is a glory-stealing loser, so yeah, murder him. Spare Daglow, he doesn't deserve it.
What do we care about nice? What do we care about sweet?
Half the episodes in this show are caused by cat selfishness, and the other half is done by dog's idiocy. The town seems to be run perfectly fine by Racket Rabbit, who is equally the main villain, so boom, killed 4 birds with 1 stone, and got sent to jail for animal cruelty. But yeah, these 3 really don't do anything bad besides giving Cat Dog what's coming to them. Not to mention that Shriek, the girl one, silly no relations to the one from Pete, has a crush on Dog and will occasionally spare him from beatings. This raises the question of how you can beat up Cat Dog without harming one side of him, but we're not here to answer that. Yet.
Home on the range, where the critters are tied up in chains.
Haley said, not me.
Wait, I can fix him!
Give me the fucking formula, crap!
Hands down, the most iconic character on this list. And surprisingly, the one with the most people vouching for him. Generally, I don't need to say anything. Just go to any video that mentions Plankton or Krabs, and accounts will be full of people saying Krabs is the real villain. For moments like driving Plankton to near suicide, or harvesting a ton of jellyfish. Well, Plankton is just a guy with a loving family who wants to run a business like his former friend, but gets constantly overshadowed by his far better recipe. And he's not that evil, only 1%. He's 99% hot gas.
I can skate better than this church boy turd can.
And we're back to generic jerks. God, Nick's villain roster sucks balls. Anyways, Lars is Twister's older brother and a gang leader, but his horrific evil plan is just to skate. That monster! Also, deep down, he does care about his brother. He's just a bit of a jerk about it.
I'm not overreacting. I'm dating a chicken.
She's a popular girl in a teen sitcom. By law, if she doesn't bully someone, she'll implode. I'm not exaggerating when I say that this guy
Fairy godparents!
is possibly the most tragic on the list. Crocker was, at one point, a normal kid with godparents. Cosmo and Wanda, in fact. That is until Timmy went back in time to the 70s to get Crocker's happiness off the menu. Basically ruining his life forever. Disfiguring him, removing his godparents, and causing him to go insane. What the frick, man?
I come in peace, mean you no harm, and you all will die.
Hey, a villain protagonist. First for this series, I think.
All around me are familiar faces.
Anyway, Zim lives in a world that's just the absolute worst, man. Everyone's either an idiot, a jerk, or both. His own employers hate his multiple alien guts. Bro, blow up the planet, conquer it. I'm on your side. Skrull makes his point for me. Everything in Chalk Zone is made in the real world when a chalk drawing is erased, and can't be majorly changed. He looks like this.
I'm Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz, and I like unicorns and rainbow.
Professor Calamitous is a man who physically cannot finish anything. If he starts his homework or his lunch, he will drop it half.
You're after my robot bee!
Cluster Prime is a pretty good world, all things considered. It's a robot paradise that is shown many times throughout the show. You know what else is shown in the show? Extreme robot prejudice. People got mad at Jenny for literally saving their lives all the time, just because she's a robot. You go, girl. You rule over those little humans.
I'm not a shopping list. I'm a ghost.
Jack turned him into a half ghost. That means he's half dead. That's why I need to go further.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Oh boy. I've been dreading this moment ever since I realized I'd eventually have to do Nick. Ozai is not a complex character. He's a big evil guy who wants to rule the world because he's evil. That's really it. Genuinely, I tried. I can't defend this guy. His case is super black and white. I will say though, he really took his time achieving his goals, huh? The air nomad were wiped out 100 years ago. Long before he was even born. He just kinda sat around playing Garden Band waiting to do anything. That's something, right?
Chupa chups.
Chupa Chup brothers are just your average rapscallions, who aren't particularly malicious, just troublemakers. In particular, they target Mr. Blick, who deserves it. Additionally, the big guy, Flunk, is actually a pretty nice guy, and even becomes friends with Waffle.
Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
You know, I'm so used to villains being abusive to underlings, that Glowface being so nice to them really caught me off guard. It's fairly rare in media. That's it, that's all there is to him. In one episode, Sultana and her nephew Django tries to kill every villain in the show besides themselves. I'm just saying, technically, that would have reduced crime. Tilok is a freedom fighter looking to save the world from attack after he caused the fourth impact, unleashing a dark plague upon the world, which Tilok is trying to prevent. No one watches this show, I can say what the frick I want.
Those chickens are up to something.
I mean, she's just kind of... right? Like, no memes. All she wants to do is prove that animals are sentient. And they are. Like, this is the most literal definition of them being right. She just kind of is.
You're agreeing with it!
This world is impure, imperfect, but it goes on. We know the status quo. Yet Charlotte comes in and challenges it. She ruins the world for everyone. The world Vendetta has spent so long making. Also, she cares about her pets and family and stuff, whatever it is.
It's time to whip you sorry scouts into shape.
Portia and Gwen take the role as Girl Scouts very seriously. Bessie is a goober. She's really saying idea of the Girl Scouts. Mr. Electric, have her just ripped out and fashioned into a hockey table.
Look at me, I'm a flippin' little dolphin. Let me flip for you, I know something.
Dr. Boho was just a normal dolphin. Happy. Alone in his water. Splashing. Clean. Then those filthy humans kidnapped him and forced him into a dolphin show, where he's forced to jump through flaming hoops, one instant causing him to lose an eye. Also, he's funny.
Excuse me.
Go to bed, Boog!
I mean, Fanboy and Chandra are really annoying. That's not me attacking them, everyone in the show calls them out as annoying. So like, yeah, get bopping.
Nice catch it!
I am dead serious when I say this is the most justified case here. Dorcas was the advisor of the Emperor Zeno. Oh, so he was incompetent or treacherous like every other advisor in fiction. Actually, no. He was a fairly nice guy who liked his job and was good at it. Then Sheen destroyed his house. The place he lives. And the Emperor does nothing about it. In fact, he gives Sheen Dorcas' job. And Sheen doesn't even apologize. Instead blaming Dorcas for having his house crash into Sheen's rocket. And Dorcas does literally nothing besides trying to get revenge on the one man who literally ruined his life. And honestly, I'm all behind him. Okay. I know it's not that same villain, but if you're genuinely surprised that I went with Chameleon instead, you're just not sub here. And if you're not, Chameleon genuinely just wants a friend. And he's also the only one happy to team up with other villains. And in several episodes, he's paired with Dudley and is genuinely happy to work with him. He literally wrote a book all about how much he wants a friend. What does he get in return? This. And this. And a lot of this. It's also heavily implied that his girlfriend is abusive towards him. I would treat him right.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
There's a few villains in the show, but Fong is the most recurring, so I'm going with him. Fong is the leader of a group of bandits who are really bad at their job. Even Poe acknowledges their pushovers. Despite several hurdles, they do care for each other, and constantly end up helping Poe when they need to. Pony is also shown to be abused by his father, and in the final episode in production order, they all turn over a new leaf.
Fire Lord Ozai.
So Korra has a new villain every season. I could go with any of them, but Amon, Zahir, and Kuvira are all pretty clearly shown as being at least well-intentioned. So let's go with the hard one. Unalaq is presented as not being that bad a guy prior to his meeting with Satan's Kite. But his meeting with him caused Unalaq to be heavily influenced by Manway's emo cousin, leading him to be the man he is now. He does want to free the spirits, and as the show shows, that's a good thing. Guys, I tried for like a genuine half an hour trying to think of something for this guy. He's just so boring. I tried my best. I'm sorry. Okay, this is another show where literally every character beats up each other and just flat out unironically racist. So Garth, being an equal opportunity employer, mostly respects his employees, Sans his brother, is a small hurdle he passes.
If I don't see a new door in my station in 5 seconds, I will personally put you through the shredder!
Shredder was a member of the Hamato clan, before the Foot clan killed everyone in his family, and when he was adopted by a man who he would later come to find is the leader of the said clan. After fighting Splinter and losing his love in the process, he ends up rescuing Karai from him and loving her as his own daughter, and letting her live in royalty instead of a filthy steward. In the end, he realizes he went too far, and delivers a killing blow upon Carvaxus at the cost of his own life. In reality, a family can be anything. Even a sentient kitchen utensil, his goth daughter, Sonic the Werehog, Sushi, Jeff Goldblum, and my persona.
Buzz looking alien!
Curvedin's main goal is to prove that aliens are better than monsters. On his team is an alien named Squeep, who proves he's right. For reasons.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Mr. Newman has a huge fear of snakes. You will never guess what lives next to him. I'm just saying, if you were scared of spiders, you wouldn't want to live next to Galvantula.
If I wanted to fight loser Vikings, I'd go to Minnesota.
I've never seen this show. Do people like it? Do the main villain try to kill the main characters? Will people accept this as a defense? Really even qualifies as a villain. Like, yeah, he's a bit of a jerk, but constantly, he's trying to do the right thing. At the end of every episode, he's the antagonist of. He also has his rude and senile mother to deal with, people vandalizing his honest business, Carver Rochton, the unfeeling, coming to his house every day, and he must boldly fight him off, so on.
I wish I could be.
Morag was just minding her own business when suddenly the incest parade came in and ruined her little home. Kill them. Beasts in this universe are extremely strong and dangerous monsters. Kids in most universes are little squishy targets that are 4 times a week being slashed open and eaten. Yeah, probably don't want a beast in your school.
He's more machine now than man.
Prismo was corrupted by Arkshin's power and turned to less than a man, meaning he can't really be blamed for his actions. Also, for a show no one knows, they somehow got Kevin Conroy to voice this guy. That's a pretty definitive Galfasticulist free card.
And his name is John C.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Shredder again, so here's Jaxum. He did himself. That was easy. Who's up for tacos?
Vote for mayor, for mayor! Vote for mayor, for mayor!
He's the mayor, he runs things well, and he wants to get rid of a ship that's littering a mountain in his town. Yeah. I really wish people cared about later Nick shows.
Be nice to Data and don't be racist to aliens. There, I solved Star Trek.
He's one of the very few left in his species, alongside the daughter he does care about, and attempting to save said species. I could go on, but this is no longer a Nick show, so...
They really call themselves Decepticons. That doesn't set off any red flags?
And end things off, despite being a Transformers show, the main villain for it isn't the Decepticons. It's this guy, who's trying to save humanity from the evil giant robots who have caused untold amounts of destruction to various worlds. The monster! Guys, I gotta be honest, this video was really hard to make. The villains on this list are even lamer than you are. And you're watching a grown man talk about cartoons. Wait, what does that make me?
We will plot hideous crimes and talk about our feelings over an international coffee